What's up, amigos? It's Chris Lewitt back with another Prodigy Maker Minute. As you may know, I'm the former #1 for Cornell University, pro circuit player, elite junior development coach, and author and educator. Author of The Secrets of Spanish Tennis and the Tennis Technique Bible. On this Prodigy Maker Minute, I want to talk about something that's ridiculous in junior tennis coaching, in junior technical development. It's staying on the ground for all your shots. Absolutely ridiculous, outdated, anachronistic, way old school. And I think it should be basically outlawed. Like, I feel very strongly about it, as you may see. I think it's absurd. It's an absurdity in today's game, in today's age, 2023 almost, that we are teaching all the young kids, especially in this country. I mean, I know American tennis is the best, but we are teaching kids to stay rooted to the ground, to never jump, and even with the serve, not to jump. When the whole game at the top level around the world has completely changed. The game has become more aerial. The game has become more airborne. And yet in our teaching methods, we just teach it as a grounded game. Ridiculous. It's absurd. And I think that coaches out there need to wake up and maybe get their heads out of the PTR and USPTA guidebook and realize that, wait, the game is different and we can teach the game differently, and actually it can be more effective, because when kids learn to jump properly and when kids learn to go airborne, they get some benefits. They get some big time benefits. And that's what I found in my teaching. I finally just threw away the old guidebook and handbook, and I just started teaching kids to jump, even though like it was hard for me too. Like I felt like I was breaking some sort of sacred rule of coaching for junior tennis. But I finally got rid of that stuff maybe a decade or more ago, and I've been teaching kids to jump basically on everything. Obviously, there are shots where you have to stay grounded, particularly low balls, and I do teach that as well. But in general, I like to see kids load, explode, and rotate their hips for their shots. And on the serve, to use their lower body to lift off the ground and explode upward, stretch upward, and then land. And you get a lot of great benefits from getting kids to jump. Now, you have to teach kids to jump in a controlled way, because sometimes when kids are jumping, their bodies get out of control and they become sort of chaotic. So it's very, very important that when you're teaching ground strokes or the serve, that you teach kids to jump properly and with good body control. But that's it. If you do that, you're going to get some big time benefits, like developing better hip rotation, which is part of the modern ground stroke development, technical development, very important. And I found that you can get much better release of the hips, much better sort of the hips pulling the racket through, you know, that creating more of that lag and snap effect. You can get more and more of that by getting kids to load with their legs and firing their hips and rotating their hips. It's a beautiful thing. You can teach kids topspin more easily that way. You can teach kids to use the kinetic chain better, and you can get good length, good strength training in the legs. You can develop balance and proprioception. It's just a great way to teach young kids. I don't care how young you go, maybe as young as 4 or 5. Those are kind of the youngest kids that I teach. But I think the idea of teaching every kid to be grounded, years from now, we'll look back and just laugh at how we kept doing that for so long. Just crazy. Guys, what do you think? Do you think it's okay to teach a kid to jump in a controlled way, to develop the hip rotation, to teach a little more modern style? Or are you one of those dinosaur coaches or dinosaur people who keep seeing the game in a way, the way it used to be, you know, back in the day when everyone was stuck on the ground? If you like this Prodigy Maker Minute, check out my big show, Prodigy Maker Show. It's available on this YouTube channel. We go live every week, and the Big Show is also a podcast, so you can listen to it anywhere on all of your favorite podcasting platforms. Thanks, guys. I'll see you on the next program.